Die Hard for the NES is allegedly a flaming disaster equivalent to that depicted on the cart label, but in this video game court, it's innocent until proven guilty. Court is now in session for a long overdue viewer requested episode of Innocent Until Proven Guilty. The defendant in today's case may not be as notorious as the usual suspects that I've already covered, but I made a promise to bring this lesser known license title to trial back in 2014, so I'm gonna live up to my word. Michael B. the Game Genie, your wait is finally over. Here's Die Hard for the NES. Activision and Pac-In Video's 8-bit adaptation of the 1988 Bruce Willis action flick was released in January 1992. The story sticks with the source material depicting the events of the hostile takeover at Nakatomi Plaza, and we play as Willis's character, Detective John McClane, who has to single-handedly save the hostages and deal with the threat of the fiendish Hans Gruber before the timer runs out. Upon pressing start on the title screen and choosing the difficulty setting, we're whisked immediately into the action and assaulted by Gruber's goons, who spray hot lead and wide-arcing shots that are quite deadly and hard to avoid. There are 40 foes in total, preventing McClane from fulfilling his duty, and he has an assortment of weapons at his disposal to neutralize them, including pistols and submachine guns, as well as flash grenades and C4. The flash grenades temporarily immobilize any enemies they come in contact with, and the C4 has enormous explosive capabilities, but be careful where you place it because, well, enough said. On a less harmful note, the Maverick Cop's arsenal of mass destruction is supplemented by a variety of beneficial items such as health replenishing soda cans, feet repairing first aid kits, and the security key. The latter grants John entry to the rooftop where he can call the police and in the process become buddies with Al Powell, who pinpoints which floors are presently besieged by baddies. The evil ringleader and the hostages are located on the 30th floor, but the majority of the action occurs on the 31st through the 35th. The 4th floor carries an optional objective to destroy the main computer utilized by Theo the hacker, but the goodies rewarded don't measure up to the effort required to complete the task, so I figured there really wasn't any point. Regardless of the PC's fate, Theo will still penetrate the locked vault. In fact, NES Die Hard is based entirely around this premise. That colorful image and constantly ticking clock in the lower right corner of the pause menu shows his current progress, with the locks inevitably changing from red to green, indicating that it's go time. The route towards the final showdown consists of branching paths that are determined by the choices we make, with the detonators obtained from Heinrich on the 31st floor being the central component to this decision. If we maintain possession of the detonators, Hans's heist will be thwarted and the 30th floor can subsequently be accessed via the elevator. However, the loss of the detonators will force John to travel to the roof, survive the helicopter's onslaught, and rappel down to the 30th by a rope like a total badass. The size of the party greeting McClane's arrival depends on how many of the tenacious bastards remain, but clearing the room will open the door to the head honcho. Gruber is a gigantic pain in the ass, and the brutal encounter with this villainous mastermind is made even worse by the fact that we only get one chance to defeat him, since Die Hard's continue system is horrible beyond belief. Try as I might, I just couldn't take him down, so I eventually caved and inputted some codes in the cheat menu of my AVS so that I could see the endings. As it turns out, they really weren't worth the energy expelled to attain them, but here for your viewing pleasure are the endings in raw, unedited form. Enjoy! The NES Die Hard offers a frustrating yet rewarding experience that stays true to the source material, but it still garnered a negative reputation in spite of this. Are the critics correct in their assessment, or is this an unfairly hated gem? Let's find out in the breakdown! Die Hard is undeniably ambitious in scope, but there are serious flaws in the execution that take it down a peg or two. The enemy AI is relentless and improperly balanced, the graphics are primitive for the era, the music is monotonous, and I can't stress enough the stupidity of the continue system. I've never heard of such an ass-backwards convoluted mess before, and I may just have to condemn NES Die Hard for that alone. I can't and won't excuse the asinine hidden continues option, nor will I deny that the graphics are inferior or that the difficulty takes NES Hard to a whole new level, but I will say with full confidence that Die Hard's pro attributes far outweigh the cons. Packet Video did a great job of capturing the vibe of the movie, and I applaud them for creating such a clever concept with pulse-pounding action sequences and a mood-enhancing soundtrack. NES Die Hard certainly isn't without its share of faults, but none of them hindered my overall enjoyment, and I'd gladly play this again in the future. In the case of Die Hard for the NES, I rule that the verdict is innocent! John McClane's later home console adventures would receive a drastic improvement, but I'm going to reprieve his Activision debut because I consider it to truly be one of the better licensed adaptations on the NES and a fitting tribute to the films, though anyone who wants to check it out will probably want to emulate since the prices have gotten crazy high in recent years. Anyway, now that I've paid my debt to Michael B., I have a unique and exciting appearance in the IUPG court to prepare for. Be sure to come back for that and to leave any suggestions for future trials in the comments below. But until then, court is now adjourned! Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw and you want to see more, the boxes on the screen right now will lead to some more of my videos, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel by clicking on my avatar in the bottom right hand corner. Thanks again!